Welcome to Java NetBean tutorial of how to convert from miles to kilometers and also nautical miles. So if I select an option there, select miles to nautical miles, enter any value in there and just press convert, and that is what you get. And underneath is the analyzer that shows you how the calculation goes. Suppose you want to convert it to kilometers and miles to kilometers. That's how it works. But supposing you didn't select anything, if we have an option there, and that's it, gives you a message. So what I will do now is take you guys straight into Java NetBean and show you how to put this together. So let's go into Java NetBean now. Welcome to Java NetBean tutorial. In this very session I'm going to be developing a program that will convert mileage to kilometer and from maybe mile to nautical miles as well. So let's click on new project, make sure Java is selected, click on next, give it a name. Let's just call it, maybe you just call it distance converter. So that's the name of my project right there. Now I'm going to right click on this very distance converter right there, right click on it and select new JFrame. So that's the name, distance conversion. I change that to conversion and just copy that. That's the class name, and the package name I'll just call it distance conversion, one word. Click on finish. That's my form there, or frame. So I'll go to project and change the preferred size to 1370 by 700. So just change this to 700 there. That's it there, guys. Okay, that's sorted. Now select this very frame and drag it up about that so that you have a working space. Alright, the next thing is go to palette, select panel right there. The panel is there. Go to property. In the property, let's select the border. That's the border right there. I'm going to change the border to approximately, let's make it bigger, maybe make it 60. And there, so just drag this, just to sort of like give it a flare, let it look a bit pretty. Alright, that's my border right there selected. Everything is now looking the way I want it to be. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so right in here, let me get a label there. One label. I'm gonna need 3 of those. And this very first one, let's just change that to converter. So I'm going to change that to how to convert, paste that in there, and let's change the font size so that you can read it. Let's go for 48. That's okay. Drag it and leave it right there. Then we also need a combo box. Let me get a combo box in place. I need a combo box and one text box. Okay, text field there. So what I'll do is just modify all of these, but before then let me get 3 buttons in place. I need buttons. Okay, those are my buttons in place. There they are. I'll just move it out. Hi, this is how my interface is looking now. I have my combo box in place, my heading in place. This is just a display asking you to enter mileage that you intend to convert. I have these 3 buttons. This will compute it and this will reset the value. That's for exit. There's one label there. That's just it's just the data analyzer. Maybe I should make that visible. Let's change the border style to true. Make that true. Make it at least maybe 1. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so the next thing now is right click on exit and enter as follows. So exit, let's take care of that. That's system.exit there. So exit is taken care of. Now we need to reset this. So before we can reset that, let's give it a name first. jTextField, enter. Right, and this, let's give that a name too, and that. Alright, we have names for all of these anyway, so that's alright. Okay, what about this? Does it have a name? Yes, it does have a name. Now, but let's do something first. I think this one we need to enter the following data. So let's select it and come here, go to the property, select mode right there, and right here I'm going to get rid of those and just say select an option. Those are the options: mileage to nautical miles, nautical miles to mile, then we have mile to kilometer, and kilometer to mile. Maybe I should make all of this, make them capital. Okay, this is how it's looking now. Click on OK. You can see it right there. So if I decide to run it, let's just compile and run. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, that's how it's looking now. So I can just select any of these option. Okay, that's fine. Alright, now let's enter 1 or 2 lines of codes and get this out of the way. So select convert, right click on it, go to event, select action perform. Okay, right in here, let me enter. Okay, those are just comments. So after that, now that I have my comment in place, I will enter the following lines of code. So in this case, we need to import swing jPanel. Click on OK so that we can get those ones imported. So I'm going to change these. Let's delete that and just change it. So let's change the following. That's the name of that, and this one, just get rid of all of this and change that to, that's the name. Okay, but in this case I want it to be select an option. Select an option. So if the text box is empty, or if it still has this and you make any attempt to click on the conversion button, this message will pop up. So let's give that a try and see. Run that now. Okay, it's asking us to select an option. Supposing I enter something in here. Okay, because I still have this in place. So now let's change that to mileage. So that is correct. So now the reset button, that is not working. So let's right click and go to reset action perform. Now right in here, I'm just going to copy this. Let's copy all of this. That'll be for my reset button, and paste it right here. There. Okay, reset button is in place. We also need to reset this. So let's copy that, paste it right underneath here, and change this. We're gonna enter no value in there, and here change this to S. Let's set S and this one and semicolon. Okay, that's fine now. We only need those two to be reset anyway. I think I'm going to have to reset jLabel display there. I think is it display 1 or yep, that's it. Now let's go back into our converter. This is the converter right there. So if I come in here, right click and go back to the converter so that you guys don't get mixed up. This is the converter. So I'm going to bring this down, and let's use else if. Else if, so else if combo box equals whatever. So let me find out what the false data inside the combo box is. So let's come to combo box right here and come to the model here. There they are, because you must get it exactly right. If you don't, it will be an error. So let's come in here. I'm just going to paste that somewhere, maybe underneath here, and comment them all out. Okay, if combo box equals mileage, cut that off, paste it right in there. So I have one sorted. So another else if, I'm going to copy this. I need 4 of those, 3 more anyway. Paste that, another one, and another one. Okay, now let's copy mileage nautical miles to miles. Cut that off and bring it right here. There. The next one, mile to kilometers. There. And finally kilometers to mile. I had to copy this because if there's any space in it, it will not work as expected. So we can delete all these comments. There. Okay, let's enter a variable there. So let me just call it distance. Distance equals that. So that's my first variable. Let's call it distance 1. That will be distance 1. Copy that. That's my distance 1 there. So another variable will be distance 2. So the next thing is I will declare 2 other variables, either as local variable, maybe as local variable, really. Yeah, right here. Let's declare 2 more variables. So let's say double nmm equals this value right here. So that's my first variable. The second one is going to be either mk or km. So let's just copy that. So that'll be double mk equals that. So those 2 variables, I'm going to need them. So the first part of it is to convert from nautical miles. Okay, to convert from mile to nautical miles. So let's see that. So if we select that, mile to nautical miles, so right here, mile to nautical miles. So let me just copy that and use that as a comment up here. Right here, converting from miles to nautical miles. So what will happen is whatever we entered in here is going to be divided by this. So let's come in here and say equals nmm. Okay, nmm divided by distance. Okay, distance, that's it right here. Distance 1 divided by that. That is to convert mile to nautical miles. That's sorted. Now we need to declare another one. String, let's say string value equals string dot format, and what we are formatting in this case will be, let's get we formatting this comma. We want to format distance 2 right there, and our output, let's check the name, check out the name of the output. That would be the display. Actually, we're going to be needing 2 of these, so I'm just going to copy that and paste this here. Alright, that's fine. So we need the output to come in into display 1. Let's go back to right click and action perform, and right down here we now say that dot set text as, that will be displayed to, oh, that will be value. Okay, that's correct, and that is that. So if I run that, let's run that and go for the mile to nautical miles first and see how it works. Okay, mile to nautical mile, enter a value there. Okay, let's see what happened. What have we done wrong? Let's come back in there. Clear, that's working. Exit. Okay, let's check out this menu right here and see, come to method and just make sure there's no space in there. Yeah, there's no more space. And what about this? Okay, the next one, Yeah, and make sure there's no space here at all. Good, there's no space. I might as well just copy the content right in here. Copy that and go back into the codes right here, because if there's any space there will be an error. Okay, so let's give it another try, because whatever we enter here is stored in here, and here is divided by that, and that's it. Run, select, change, and convert. Yep, you see guys, like I said, is the space. If there's any space there will be a problem. Make sure you keep that in mind. Now we need to display the calculation in here, so let's come down here. Now the next thing is just to display those content in here. So I'm just going to copy this, copy it, because I want it displayed in display number 2. So what I want to see in display number 2 is as follows. Yeah, those are the formula for display number 2. Let's put a quote in between. Need a quote here and another one here, right there. So that one is sorted. So if I compile and run, select my option, enter whatever there, and that's it. It shows you the calculation. You can reset and exit. So all I just need to do now is copy these very lines of codes. Let's copy all of that and paste it right here. And what is the conversion of the next one? That's going to be multiplication. Copy that, and right here that is multiply. So that is converting from, let's see, that is converting from nautical miles to miles. Okay, maybe I should even copy all of these as well. Let's paste that in here. Alright, okay, from nautical miles to miles, that's it right there. The only bit you change is just the multiplication sign. Make sure that is entered in there. If you notice, I now have the comment in each of the converters, so I can just delete all of these because I don't need it anymore. There. Now let's convert from miles to kilometers. So as you can see, that is the estimate there, and that'll be MK. So we just need to copy these lines of codes, copy everything, and this needs to be changed before I copy. Let me just change this and enter the right conversion value in there. Yeah, so I'm going to copy this now, and right underneath here just paste that in here and change this, paste that in here. There, if you look at the formula, so that will become MK multiplied by distance. Yeah, that's it, distance. Whatever goes in here is multiplied by this. And the next one, let's take care of that too. Copy, paste that in here, and this is, copy that, that's my, paste that in there. So this one will become division right there. That is division, and that's all there is to it. Hopefully there's no space in here. If there's any space, then we're in trouble again. So let's run, compile and run. So let's say this is working as expected anyway. There. Now let's convert the next one. Let's take it back to mile. Yeah, that is fine. And now let's go for mile to kilometer. That is working as 1 kilometer to mile. Okay, so it's all working as expected, guys. So with that, before I call it the end of the program, let me just show you guys the lines of codes one more time. Take it up. Those are my local variable, and that is the value for nautical miles to miles, and that of kilometer to mile. That's it right there. And those are the variable used. If any of those components are empty, the text box is empty, or if the combo box still have select an option, this error message will pop up. Else, all of this conversion rate will take place. That is from mile to nautical miles. Now from nautical miles to miles, that's it right here, the same lines of codes. Then the next one is miles to kilometers, right there. Then kilometers to miles, there. And right underneath, that is the reset button. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this program. So let's give it a shot one more time. Enter a value right there, convert. So I'm going to call it the end of this program. I suppose you all enjoy it. You have a nice day now.